What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, guys, we are going to be discussing a new pot card that is going to be releasing in Rush Duels, which is pretty interesting, and that card is Pot of Arrogance. Very excited to be going over this card. You guys know me, I don't go over Rush Duel content unless it really piques my interest, and obviously I'm going to get any chance I can to go over a pot card. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, Pot of Arrogance is a normal spell card with the requirement, if you have not activated a spell card this turn, you can activate this. Effect, draw 2 cards. After you activate this effect, you cannot activate spell cards until the end of the turn. So, not gonna lie, this card is not really that good in the context of Rush Duels. For starters, there's no trap-based decks. Like, you look at the main game, we have Trap Tricks, we have Labyrinth, you have Outledge. And Rush Duels don't really have that, so because of that, I just don't really think it makes sense to play this card when it will lock you out of basically 1/3 of the mechanics in the game. Like, obviously those 3 decks that I gave an example for the Master Rule side of things, they wouldn't really care about that because guess what? They're trap-based decks. They're not going to care about that drawback. So, I don't know, it just, for Rush Duels, that doesn't really make sense. Now, let's say they do make a trap-based deck going forward, or maybe there is a trap-based deck that I just didn't notice, which is very possible. Draw power is just not really that, around in Rush Duels. It's not really that effective like it is in the main game because you draw until your hand becomes 5, so being able to just draw 2 extra cards is just not as important as it is in the main game. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I just really think in the context of Rush Duels, this card just does not really make that much sense. In fact, I kind of wish this card was more for the main game because I think the main game can use it a lot more than Rush Duels can. And I'm not saying that Rush Duels can't have their own pot cards from it. I do think they deserve to have their own pot card, but maybe it could be something like, maybe you send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard and you draw 2 cards, or maybe you do like an Angel Baton effect. You know, anyone that's watched 5Ds knows what Angel Baton does. You draw 2 cards, but then you have to discard a card. Maybe you do something like that for a pot card. I think that would make a lot more sense than making it to where you can't use spell cards at all. But that's just my opinion on the card. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Pot of Arrogance down below, and let me know, do you guys think that this card should be in the Rush Duel format? Do you think it's good enough to where it should be warranted in Rush Duels, or do you think that maybe they shouldn't have done a different type of pot card for Rush Duels and made this card for the main game instead? Would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that down below. But with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.